Why is my video not on? Chat. Start video. Hello. The waiting room. Participants. How do I bring them in? That's weird. Admit. Hello, friends. I think you're all muted. Hey, Laurel, can you hear me? Let me turn on my volume. Unmute. Unmute. Can you hear me now? What's going on here? Manage participants. So there's people in the waiting room. This is exciting. I've never done this before. All right, who else is over here? More people are waiting. Admit. All right, guys. Can anyone hear me? I can't. Hi, there's Laurel.
Hi. Hi.
Okay, good. You can hear me.
I can.
Terrific. It's so strange. It's giving me like a waiting room. I've never had that happen before. So I'm like, oh.
So many people want to be with you.
No, I'm like, it's a party over here. Party. Who is my iPhone? Hello, iPhone. Who are you? I don't see Tony here yet. One person's waiting. Hi, Renee.
Hey, there you go.
Hello. Araceli's on.
I know.
Ada's on. Nikki's on. Oh, it's a party. It's a party of people. Hey, Carolyn. Ivy's coming.
My friend Amanda may be joining us. She said she's hustling to get here.
Terrific. Terrific. Let's see.
No, stop it.
Robin, can't hear anything. Where are you at, Robin?
Sorry, I'm trying to multitask here.
You're fine. You're fine. Okay, I'm gonna message Tony. Be like, Tony, join the party, man.
I know.
Okay, Amanda's in the waiting room.
Come in. Marcel.
All right. How's everyone doing tonight?
Good.
Robin, can you hear us now, Robin? Robin? No? Let's see. Julia's on. Amanda's on. Hello? Is Tony here? Ah. All right. Hey, Tony, can you hear us?
How are you?
Good. There you are.
I was actually having a hard time getting on.
Oh.
It was saying that the host wasn't on yet. Let me get off.
Well, I'm here. Let's see.
Yeah, all right.
Some of you are unmuted. I'm gonna mute some of you. It's kind of noisy right now. And then we can get into it with Tony. I'm so excited.
Hello.
So excited. All right. So, I'm still making some noise over here. Let's see. I'm gonna do this. I'm so glad you're joining us, Tony. Okay, so most of you know me. I'm Sarah. And I'm so excited that you're all here and that Tony took some time out of his super busy life to join us and kind of share about his journey with this super awesome lifestyle. So this is Tony. We call him the Icon. And so we're going to take just a little bit of time to kind of explain how we help people on their fitness journey, which a lot of you are already part of our tribe. And so we're going to kind of dig into the business and what a blessing it is. So Tony, he's a team leader and I have just some simple questions for you. Are you ready, Tony?
I am always ready. Yes.
Awesome. Did you bring your coffee?
I had my coffee. You know, it's funny. I had my old. I was a teacher for 13 years, so my old students they had a graduation, so I was there, and I had 2 cups of coffee there. And then I had to do a call for Melissa Hadley at 8, and I was so fired up on that call. The coffee was really kicking in. Hopefully I've calmed down quite a bit.
Well, good. We like you fired up. Okay.
All right.
Cool beans. All right. So at the end of this, you guys, we can unmute you and you can ask questions. Yeah. So let's get started. Are you all ready?
Mhm.
Okay. So Tony, what were you doing before you started your online business?
Well, I was actually a school teacher. I worked at a behavioral school, so a school that had kids that got kicked out of public school. So I was there, and at the time, I was working there for 11 years. But I was kind of in a place financially where I wasn't doing all that well. I was kind of struggling. So although I also had a few jobs on the side, whether I was working at a gym, working at a bar, bartending, bouncing. So I was always kind of doing a few different things because financially I was kind of in a rough place. I love my job and I love those kids and I love that school. But that's why I kind of got into this. I was hoping to make a few bucks from home to hopefully one day maybe quit one of my part-time jobs. So that's kind of why I got into this. I didn't know anyone that ever did anything like this before, but I was at a place where I was kind of struggling financially, and a lot of my time was going into working 3 jobs.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you said yes.
Yes. Yeah, I got to meet a lot of you great people.
I know, super cool. Okay, so why did you choose Beachbody?
I really didn't choose Beachbody. Like, Beachbody was the opportunity that came my way. It's not like 5 or 6 things came my way and I chose Beachbody. Like I said, I didn't really know anyone that ever did anything like this before. This was all kind of foreign to me. And I went in with the mindset, if I can make $500 extra a month from home, then I can quit a part-time job. If I can make $500 extra a month from home, then I won't get so nervous every time I open up the electric bill or the gas bill. Money used to stress me out so much. I'm really Portuguese, and my parents used to live life afraid. That's just the way Portuguese people are, like everyone I know. So I was brought up that way. So money was always kind of like a touchy subject with me and in my family. So I'm glad it was Beachbody, because if it wasn't Beachbody, there is no way I would have been successful. A big piece of the reason why I'm successful with Beachbody is because I love their products. It's easy to stand behind their products. Beachbody does everything the right way. My parents drink Shakeology. Their doctors saw the ingredients and are like, yes, you should be on this. So I know other companies, they're throwing soy protein in there, which is garbage, but they throw it in there because it's cheap and they can turn a big profit on it. Beachbody doesn't mess around like that. So you know when you're putting a product in someone else's hand that you're giving them a good chance to succeed on their fitness journey. And I wouldn't be that person putting products in people's hands just to make money, because I would have a real icky feeling about it and I wouldn't have been able to pull this off. So looking back, I'm glad it was Beachbody, because I wouldn't have been able to do what I have done if it wasn't Beachbody.
Yeah.
That makes sense?
Yeah, totally.
Please say yes, because then I'd have to explain it again if you said no.
No, it does, because it's so important. Like, there's so many different MLMs out there and ways that lots of people have side hustles, but if it's not in alignment with your core purpose and you feel icky, it's just, ugh.
Yeah, and you know what's funny? Like, I've been in the MLM business for like 7.5 years now. Only Beachbody. It's the only one I ever did. But because I've been very successful with this, I hear a lot about other different companies. And a lot of MLMs, they have a business plan, and then they say, all right, let's go make a product. Like, that's not the way Beachbody came about. Beachbody was around long before they had the MLM part about it. You know what I mean? So I just love Beachbody. They have fitness programs for people at all different fitness levels. So if I'm talking to somebody that's coming out of like knee surgery and they need a beginner program, Beachbody has it. If I'm talking to somebody that wants to get into lifting heavy weights, Beachbody has it. So I feel like we can help so many people on their fitness journey, because Beachbody does a very good job of making it a well-rounded fitness company.
Yeah, agreed. Okay, so Tony, what is your number one job as a coach? Tell us.
My number one job, and I feel like everyone's number one job as a coach, is to stay accountable on your own fitness journey. I am in better shape now than I was 7.5 years ago. If I stay in shape, guess what? My coworkers, well, I don't have any coworkers now. I have my Beachbody coaches, and it started happening. My teachers were like, hey, what should I do for this? What should I do for that? If you can keep yourself accountable on your fitness journey, people are going to reach out to you looking for help, okay? And everybody at some point gets on that scale and it's saying a number that they don't want to see, or they look at an old picture and they're like, wow, I don't look like that anymore. I need to do something. Or they go to the doctor and your cholesterol is a little bit higher than it should be. So if I'm focused on my fitness journey, my friends, my family members, my coworkers, they all come to me. So my number one job is staying accountable on my own fitness journey. Obviously, we have our online groups where we like to add people into, because we feel like if you have a community of people helping each other out, if you fall off for a day, they're there to pick you up and you have a better chance to succeed. But my number one job personally, and every coach's number one job, is to become a better version of yourself. And that's why, like, on days where it's like, dude, I don't know if I have time to work out, I still get something in because I know my people are watching me. And here I am at the age of 42 in the best shape of my life too. So that goes a lot for saying, like, if you believe in the process, good things are going to happen.
Yeah, totally. All right. So how do you make money?
How do you make money? You take one person at a time and you help that person. And the great thing with fitness, and the great thing with fitness, and also the great thing about Beachbody, there isn't a one size fits all when it comes to fitness. I'm talking to somebody and they have questions and they want to lose 20 pounds. All right, why do you want to lose 20 pounds? Well, I have this wedding coming up. All right. So now we're talking about different programs that people on our team have succeeded with losing weight. All right, why don't we get you here and then have you do a 3-day class? So everybody is their own person. Everybody has their own goals, and we try to help one person at a time on their fitness journey, whether they come in as a customer. As far as customers, the way we get paid is we have a website with all these Beachbody products that they have, and we ask questions, and then we let them talk. And when they talk, they actually give us the answers, and then we try to line up what products we have with Beachbody that can help them. And then we give them information on those products. If people come to me with questions that they want something that Beachbody really doesn't have to offer, my job is still to give them the best information I can to help them, or to pass them along to somebody else that can help them. So I work for that person trying to help them on their fitness journey. But if they do decide to buy something off me, Beachbody pays me a 25% commission. I never hold inventory. They fill out their information, Beachbody mails it to them. If they have a problem with shipping, they call Beachbody. It's just great. So that's the customer way. The coach way is I can bring in other people that want to stay a little bit more accountable on their fitness journey and help other people too. And then if someone's on my team helping other people on their fitness journey, Beachbody gives me points. Those points turn into dollars as well. So 2 different ways to help people, customers, coaches. But the primary way to think about it is I'm listening, I'm asking questions, and I'm helping one person at a time. And the great thing about our team is our team has so many experienced people that you're never going to be by yourself if you were to do this. And they have questions, we're going to help you answer it. That's why I'm a big fan of the 3-way message, so we can help your people on their fitness journey.
Yeah. Well, I really love how it's not selling. Like, it really is meeting people where they're at, and everyone's at different places. And so it's really about loving people and helping them.
And you know what's funny? When you do anything in life, like people say, everything you do is selling. But you know what? Like, I feel like everything you're doing is building trust, building a relationship. If I were to sell cars, and I know car salesmen have that like icky feeling, I'm concerned with building trust, building the relationship. And that's what makes that car sale. You know what I mean? Maybe not that time, but someone is like, dude, I feel comfortable with this guy. How many times have we gone in and tried to buy a car and we're like, I just get a weird feeling right now? Because that person doesn't care about you. So if you care about one person at a time, listen, ask questions, let them talk. And when people are asking me questions, like when I'm asking people questions, I'm not cutting them off. I'm not lecturing them on what they should do. I'm letting them speak. And if they speak, I'm listening for different ways that I can help them. And I've been very successful taking it one person at a time and just helping people. And no one ever feels like I'm selling them anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You bought something? Great. Now let's get you into the group, because buying it is like one step. Now let's get you in our group. That way we can support you and have a community of people behind you. Because if you buy a program and then you don't do it, that's no good. It's no good for you. It's no good for me. I want you to succeed on your fitness journey. So that's why the groups are so important too. If somebody buys something, I want them in the group too, so they can progress on their fitness journey.
Yeah, totally. All right. What do you love best about being a Beachbody coach?
The best thing about being a Beachbody coach, and like, I think the Beachbody coaches, they hear this answer and they get it and they know. Now, I've been very, very successful with Beachbody. At that school, I used to make $32,000 a year. With Beachbody, I've made $1.8 million over the last 3 years. So I've been very, very, very successful with Beachbody. The best thing about being a Beachbody coach, and everyone thinks it would be the money, it's not the money. It's not the money, because I tell people the paychecks will never bring you to tears. Will never bring you to tears. The best thing about being a Beachbody coach is when you get those messages. And Sarah, you've probably gotten your own messages. When people message you and they say, hey, you know what, Tony, I've been playing with my kids outside, and I never used to do that because I used to be embarrassed, and I thought if I played with my kids outside, their friends would laugh at them, so I never played with my kids outside. But now I'm down 40 pounds, and I'm outside playing with my kids. Like, those messages bring you to tears because you're actually changing people's lives. So when you hear the girls say, you know what, Tony, I fit in a size 10 pants, and I haven't been there since high school, and I know I'm going to hit single digits, and I don't remember the last time I was single digits. Like, those messages, that's the best thing, because you feel like you're impacting people's lives and you're helping people's lives. There's so many people out there. I tell people fitness changes and fixes a lot of things. And I've had women say, you know what, my marriage was falling apart, but through fitness, I started working out. I started looking better. I started feeling better. My husband started working out with me. We started getting along. Now we do things with our kids. And she's like, if it wasn't for these groups, I don't know if me and my husband would be together. And now you're talking about not just impacting someone's life, it's like the whole family dynamic, and now these kids don't need to grow up with like, we can help a lot of people on their fitness journey, and fitness can change a lot of things for people. So when you get those messages, because you build bonds and relationships with these people, they bring you to tears, because it's not just random messages from people you don't know. It's people that have been messaging you back and forth, struggling on their fitness journey, and then you're a piece to help them on theirs and kind of help them throughout their life.
Yeah.
So it's that. And Sarah, you've probably gotten some of the same messages.
I think one of my favorite things is how I have so many friends all over the world now. Like, Carolyn is one of my favorite people, and she's in Canada, and I'm in Arizona, and you're in Massachusetts. Like, it's so cool how you build these relationships with people, and like, you meet like-minded people, and it's awesome.
You know what you do? You find your people. Find your people. And what happens when you find your people, and if you do this business, you'll always find, you're going to find your people. What happens is when you talk to Caroline in Canada, you feel like you've known her your whole life. And when she posts on Facebook, it's probably things that you not just like, you probably genuinely like it. I know when our friends from high school post something, you're like, I'll like it because we played baseball together, but this guy's an idiot. When you find your tribe of people, they post about the same things. They talk about the same things. Your friendship is a little bit more in depth because you have a lot of the same things in common. And through fitness, we're all fighting that same journey one day at a time.
Yeah, definitely. Awesome. Well, thanks for letting us interview you. We can open it up for questions if anybody has any. Anybody, you can unmute yourself, or you can wave wildly and I will unmute you.
Or they can chat. They can type in too. I know I used to have a huge fear of like public speaking. Believe it or not, I used to hate it. Huge fear. I used to get so much anxiety when like teachers in school would like call on me to read out loud because I can't read out loud. I get so nervous. Yeah. So if anybody has issues like that, you can feel free to type it in the chat too.
Any questions?
I got to stand up for my people that have anxiety. You know what? This business has helped me grow in a lot of different ways. I was never able to speak in front of people. Now I've gotten up in front of thousands of people and I've spoken. So, yeah, it's, yeah.
it's a gift in so many ways. Like it really is. Anybody got anything you want to say? Oh, Renee has a question. Okay, I'm gonna come unmute you. You're on the.
More than a question, it's well, I don't think I recognize anybody but Tony. But I was with Sarah in Arizona. I was a coach for a while. It was one of my best times I've had in my life. Unfortunately, events happened where I had to like step back for a little bit and everything. And then I moved to San Diego, and now I'm actually working at a doctor's office because I'm a medical assistant, and I'm working with rheumatology patients. And so it was funny because I kept on telling Sarah, I'm going to come back, you know, but for a lot of reasons that are going on, stress and anxiety in my life right now, I kept on postponing it. But I guess what I'm saying is that now that I'm working with these patients that are older, that have arthritis and osteoporosis and these diseases that they're in a lot of pain, one, two, since they're in pain, they can't move and they can't, you know, really do exercise. But at the same time, if they do exercise, it will totally benefit them because it helps them. It helps them with the pain, you know? And so just hearing everything and thinking again, I love my job, to be honest. I love where I am, and I'm fortunate to find the doctor's office where I work. It's like a big family, and I love it. But I also loved being a coach, and I like helping people. And I think now that I'm actually in a place where I can help people, not just being a medical assistant, you know, and guiding them and helping them, it would be really good, you know, to get back into coaching, because the fact that, for instance, I'm just going to put my personal thing. I have fibromyalgia, and I've had it for years. And I've noticed that, and I love yoga. Thank God that Beachbody has yoga, because I do Payo, and I love Payo, but it wasn't yoga. So I think I stopped, and Sarah knows me for a long time, knows where I've been and what I've done and how hard it's been for me. I stopped cold turkey, all my medications. I wasn't taking anything, and exercise for a while was where I would find peace. I mean, I was that kind that when I first started taking Shakeology, I told Sarah, hey, I'm getting headaches. And every time I would restart it, I would get headaches, but it was because my body was detoxifying. Since I started Beachbody, I stopped my medication for migraines. I've never had a migraine so far. I mean, now that I'm off, I get them once in a while, but I know once I get back, you know, they stop. And it's only because of stress, but I used to get migraines almost, I think it was like, probably like 8 a month. Like it was bad. It was really bad. And it helped with my migraines. It helped with my sleep. It helped with, I mean, the pain, my fibromyalgia. The day I would not do exercise or something, then that's when I started hurting. So that's my main thing I just wanted to say. I mean, like I say, and they may be excuses, but for situations I had to move and everything. But now that I'm more stable, I really want to go back into it, because it did help me. You know, it did. Right now, like I say, because of work, I can't do exercise. So if I can come home, you know, and do my half an hour of exercise, then that would benefit me a lot as well. So
cool. Yay, you're coming
I
back.
know. I've been wanting to come back since forever. You know me. But
well, I'm so glad. And thanks for sharing your story. I'm going to dive into another question if it's okay. But
can I comment on that? And I have time, so don't. Okay. Can I comment on that?
Yeah.
I tell people, and Renee, I think you're going to agree, like, Beachbody fills my soul. It fills your heart. So I think that's what I think you have that at work, but I think you also have that at Beachbody. And why not have both? You know what I mean? And I think I think you knew in your mind, when the time's right, I'm going to come back. It's kind of like someone that works out for 2 or 3 years, and then they take a few days off from working out. It turns into a few weeks and then a few months, and they keep saying, I'm going to come back into working out. But before you know it, it's 2 years and they haven't done anything. In their mind, they know they want to come back. They always say that first step is the hardest. But I think, you know, I think when I talk and when Sarah talks, you lived it, you know. And I think I don't know. I just love this so much, and it sounds like you do too. And now, like, it sounds like you have a good community at work, and then you come home, and it's just it's awesome. To me, I absolutely love what we do.
Yeah, it's a gift. Okay, so we have last name is Patino, and I'm gonna unmute him. You're up, my friend. What's your question for Tony?
Hey, so just introducing myself. My name's Jose. I'm not in Beachbody. I'm just a guest here listening. I wanted to reflect on a few things that you mentioned about you get one person and you help that one person, listening and asking questions and seeing how you can genuinely help that one person. Just kind of going and trailing a little bit more into the entrepreneur world. And wouldn't you agree that not just in fitness, but in your entire life, if you live your way trying to help people, it changes your life completely. You know, in success, in fitness, in almost every aspect of your life.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I mentioned the car thing, because everybody has like this weird thing about like car salesmen. But I feel like if I sold cars, I would do it the same way I do Beachbody. One person at a time, develop that trust, develop that relationship. And I think that's what Jose is kind of saying. Like, if you treat people good, the world is going to open up to you, and you can have anything you want in time.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm really glad to have been a part of this. I really enjoyed everything that you said. You know, all of the details. I actually took a few notes myself on like finding your tribe of people. That was amazing. You know,
yeah,
and it's really relatable.
Yeah, and one good way to do that on social media now, like, and I tell people, whether you do this business or not, if you're on Instagram, go hashtag five of your hobbies. If you like gardening, go hashtag that. Go find your people. If you're on Facebook, be a part of these hobby groups that you have something in common with. That's how you find your people. If I'm in a mom's group, I'm not going to find my people there. But if I'm in a fantasy baseball group, like, that's where I find my people. So whether you do this or not, like, go load your social media with people like you, because if you have an issue that your tomatoes won't grow, you throw that question out to them, and then maybe you can help. It's just, I've met so many good people on social media that I've never met in my real life, but they comment on my posts, and people not even knowing would probably think I've known these people since high school. What it is it's my tribe of people.
Yeah.
And
well,
I was
Go
going to
ahead,
say
Jose.
that you mentioned that I guess we forgot to mention too. Beachbody is not just about your body and journey; it's your soul, and that's what helped me in the most desperate moments. Like, I love how Sarah has a book club, and the whole concept of it. It's not just feeding your body; it's feeding your mind and your soul also. So I think that is just amazing, because, you know, like, you go to the gym and you work out, but what are you feeding? Yeah, you're feeding your body, but at the end of the day, you kind of feel empty, you know. If you're like me, you know, that are shy, you know, you don't really make friends there, you don't know. So the fact that you can communicate, like, I love how Sarah has the groups. I love the book club. I love that, you know, it's not just, like you say, business. You feel like a real family. You feel like you're growing and you're working each day and being a better person, not just physically, but mentally.
yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, and it's just the fulfillment. I was just going to ask, because I didn't catch your name. I jumped onto the chat a little late.
Sarah, if you want to connect us on Facebook, my name's Tony Furtado. Sarah can connect us on Facebook. That way we can be Facebook friends. If you ever have any questions, that message thread will be open with Sarah, and I'll be more than happy to answer any questions that you have. That what happens is we usually do these calls, and then like a day later, people, like, something pops into their head, a question that they have. So I'll be more than happy to answer any questions you have that come up later.
Jose, are you on Facebook?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Well, I love your mom. She's amazing. She's here too. So yeah.
Yes, yes.
Good. Well, we'll connect, and then I can connect you with Tony, and we can all chat some more. Do you have any other questions or thoughts?
No, that was it. I again, thank you so much for having me. It was a pleasure listening to everything you had to say.
Great.
Thank you.
Good, good. Okay, so Melissa had a great question. She was wondering, how do you start in a new town? And she literally just like pulled her U-Haul into town today. So it's a good question.
Nice. Oh, hopefully the move went well. That's what I'm like. I moved so many times in the last 15 years. Oh, it used to stress me out like crazy. The great thing about social media is you don't really have to you don't really have to worry about being in a new town, because your new town is Instagram. Your new town is Facebook. You go find your tribe, and then obviously the people you meet through town, you're adding them on Facebook, you're adding them on Instagram or whatever. But Danielle Prestigion is a great coach on my team, and I don't think any of the coaches that she has signed up or any of the customers, I don't think any of them are from Massachusetts. I don't think she knows any of them. She finds them all on social media. So if you're moving into a new town, that's an exciting opportunity to meet new people. But a lot of this can be done through finding your tribe on social media as well.
Yeah, and I think that's why introverts do so well in this business, because you can just stay in your bubble with your cats, and it's easier to have that buffer than going out and I don't know.
Yeah, especially Danielle's very comfortable talking to people online, and she is an introvert. She comes here, we're very good friends, but she's an introvert. For her to meet people while out, probably that's not her thing, that she doesn't really like. But online, she's very comfortable talking to people, and she's great. As you know, she's great. Helps a ton of people on their fitness journey, and it's amazing. And she works out quite a bit too, and not one person she doesn't even try to bring in people from. She doesn't even want to bring in people from her gym.
Yeah.
I'd like to keep that separate. I go there to work out. I don't want to talk about that there. And when I'm home working, that's when I find my people.
Totally. Okay, so Ada has a super awesome question. Have you ever had a setback as a coach when maybe you felt overwhelmed because many of us are still working on your fitness journey? So I guess when you're first getting started and maybe you haven't had a lot of traction, how do you share your journey when you're not in the best shape of your life?
I early on when I was building this business, I thought I had to go out and find people that were in tip-top shape. And then I kind of actually realized that they weren't doing as well as the people that were working on their fitness journey. Your friends and family members, they want to see you. They want to see you trying. They can relate to you. They want to be a part of your journey with you. I think a lot of ourselves, a lot of people hold themselves back, and they almost internally give themselves excuses well, I'm not there on my fitness journey yet, so nobody is going to follow me. I think when you're not there, that's when people want to join you. That's when they can relate to you. That's when they're having the same struggles that you're having. I think that's an opportune time to help people. Hey, I'm doing this. I'd love to have you do it with me. If not, just keep an eye on me, because I'm going to do this. I'm serious about my fitness journey, and I'm going to change my life. So, I think a lot of that comes from within, where people almost give themselves a reason to hold themselves back. I'm telling you, people that struggle on their fitness journey would rather start with you because of who you are as a person, and they'd rather be a part of your journey than wait for you to lose the 50 pounds, 100 pounds, 200 pounds. I had a guy on our team lose over 300 pounds on his fitness journey, and he never signed anybody up. And you could say, how? Well, I was telling him, people want to be a part of your journey now. When they're looking at you losing 300 pounds, now they don't think they can do that. But if they see you lose 10 pounds, they think they can do that. So don't wait to help people. Those are handcuffs that you're putting on yourself, I feel.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like when you're really, really just authentic and real and sharing your heart, people relate to that. They don't want to, like you said, they don't want to sign up with a supermodel or whatever. It can be intimidating. So share where you're at and just believe in your journey.
Yeah, and find your people. Your people will want to join you because they're your people.
Totally.
Yeah. And if you're into gardening and you're posting pictures about your peppers, they really appreciate that, because those are your people.
Yeah.
And they're going to want to join you.
Yeah, it's true. Awesome. Cool. Does anybody else have any more questions? Those were good questions. Well, thanks for taking time with us, Tony.
No problem. I love this. 7.5 years in, and I still love it as much, if not more, than I did when I first started.
It's awesome. Well, I really, really appreciate it. And I admire you so much. So I'm excited to be part of your team.
Yeah.
Sure. Cool beans. All right. Well, I'll put some people in a three-way chat with you, and if anybody has any more questions and you want to be secret squirrel about it, you can ask away. Cool?
Sounds good. Awesome. Have a good night. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Bye.